giraffes.
Come on, there's rhinos up this way. Yeah, come on, let's go to the rhino.
Myrt. Huge. Meerkat.
Sorry, Russ. They just watched up looking at the play. They remind me of Ava.
Did they bark at it?
No, but they're like just the way they sit. Yeah, he's just sitting there. So creepy. Everything's so interesting to us.
Yeah, it looks like Ava.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it. Oh my god.
Look at that piece. Look at it.
Oh,
They're so cute.
Have some lunch. Christy made fart singers.
I don't have one.
Curried egg singers. We've had having fart singers for lunch, so no one will want to sit next to us at the Crocs see them.
Charles is having chicken. What
Charles
came
having
first?
chicken.
The chicken or the egg?
The egg. Yeah, so no one will want to sit next to us at the Crocodile, so should be fun. Riley and Shay's nearly here. We're going to have lunch now and head up to the Crocodile straight away. So, because the croc feeding show starts at 1:15. 1:15, so we'll go there right away, right now. So, see if we can get a seat. If not, we'll come home. Charles? Tortoise poo.
Why is it that big?
I don't know. Tortoise poo.
The #1 threat facing the survivors of all our gorgeous wildlife. So let's make a difference today.
You ready? Jump off your seats, through your thumbs in the air, and 3, 2, 1.
There were no mammals, there were dinosaurs. Now you're about to meet one of these living fossils, a link to the creatures from the past.
Now there are 27 species of crocodilians found around the planet. From alligators to gharials, caimans to the true crocs. They're the world's most perfect predators, surviving challenges where others have failed.
That's right, and here to tell you more about it, we have Hamish. Please make them feel welcome. It's the Australian Zoo Croc Team.
Alright, g'day. How's everyone's day going so far? I think there's one person on that side who's having a good day. Are we having a good day so far? There we go, that's the kind of energy we want. Now, coming up, we have got one of our male saltwater crocodiles. His name is Scrapple. He is by no means the largest crocodile we have here at the zoo, but what he lacks in size, he makes up for with a whole lot of attitude and a whole lot more speed and agility. So, I'm not gonna lie, he does make us a little bit nervous. Now, I'm making a pretty big mistake right now, so is Nick. We are standing way too close to the water's edge. And the goal of today's show is to show you what not to do up in Croc territory. Now Scrapper, he's not showing himself, he's coming up very, very carefully, and he's waiting for someone to make the ultimate mistake, which is going down into his water. Good luck, Nick.
Thanks, mate. Now you can see that he stays submerged, he doesn't want to show himself. He's got these little pressure receptors, so he knows where I am. Obviously that gets him pretty fired up. See if we can get a strike out of Scrapper. Come on, mate. Fired up today. Good boy. Give him a big clap, isn't he absolutely awesome? Alright, we'll see if we can get a territorial response out of the big fella. We'll get back towards his water. All that got him excited. Alright, Hamish is going to feed him over here because there's not much space, so I'd rather him be the person that's in the way. You'll be right, mate, don't worry about it.
If I go a little bit quiet or I sound a bit nervous, it's because I am. Always. Let's go down a bit further.
Set him up again if you want, mate.
Now we'll bring it back up this way, we'll get him a little bit set up. Now, saltwater crocodiles, these guys hunt in and around the water's edge. They're an aquatic predator, and that's why you want to make sure you don't do what we're doing. If he means business, he can strike out from the tip of his nose to the base of his tail in the blink of an eye, so hard and fast that no animal in the Australian bush is going to be able to avoid that attack, which means he can quite literally come out of the water here and hit that fence in one go. But have a look at him moving through that shallow water. He can move through knee-deep water, he can barely make a ripple, he won't blow a bubble. He loves playing a little game over on this side of the creek. It's called Come Closer. It's a really fun game, but you only get to play it once. And that's because saltwater crocodiles have got about 64 to 70 bullet-shaped teeth. And behind those teeth is the strongest jaw pressure of any animal in the animal kingdom. About 3,500 pounds per square inch closing jaw pressure. So if he was to grab me mid-body, I would blow out either end like a tube of toothpaste. It'd make a fantastic show for you, but it would absolutely wreck my weekend. So I'm hopefully going to avoid that today, but he does have another technique where he can vouch himself a bite to eat, and Nick's going to show us that.
Thanks very much, mate. Right, now Scrapple, like Hamish said, is not the biggest crocodile that we have here, but he's certainly cranky, you can see. And now he's actually the son of Agro. For those of you who might have watched Steve's documentaries, Agro was a very cranky crocodile that absolutely hated Steve, but Steve loved Agro with everything he had. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now, the tail walk method is something that crocodiles, they don't get taught this. This is a very natural behaviour for them. I'm pretty keen, I'll give it a feed. Now, when Scrapper first hatched out of his egg, he was about 15 centimetres long. He was tiny, and at that stage of his life, he is definitely on the menu. So, barramundi, crocodiles, sharks will eat baby crocodiles. So they spend the first few years of their life up against the fringes of the waterways in reeds, and they learn that the only way to get themselves a feed is to launch up and out of the water and grab things like frogs and insects. But obviously, as he gets bigger, so too do his potential prey items. So the reason we show people this is that they can be aware of it when they're up in Northern Australia. Because those massive melaleuca trees that hang almost horizontally over the water, they look like a great place to sit, but people have been grabbed by those tail-walking crocodiles.
Absolutely. Now we're going to try to get Scrapper out on land one last time, put to bed a little bit of a myth, and that's that Crocs are fast up on hard solid ground. Now if that's true, Nick's in a bit of trouble because I'm a little bit quicker than him. So there's that strike from the tip of the nose to the base of the tail, but now that he's up on land, have a look, I can walk backwards faster than Scrapper can come forwards. Give him a round of applause, that was absolutely awesome. And it's no wonder that he's so slow on land. Have a look at him. He's got that big round belly, short little stumpy legs. He's got that huge long tail that hangs out behind him like a big handbrake. And I'm right near him, but all he wants to do is get back to the water.
Chase after as quick as Scrapper will, and he makes no ripple across the surface, no bubbles. He's a prime example of why you should be safe in crocodile territory. Now, Nick, you've done the first show, mate. You're already wet. Jump back in the water.
Get my boots a little bit wetter. Now you can see straight away he heads in my direction. That vibration is what draws him in. In the wild it'd be deep, dark and murky, and he doesn't want to show himself because obviously the gig is up if an animal that's this close to the water sees a 14-foot crocodile. Now, like Jimmy said, Charlie is a cunning old crocodile and he's either a million miles an hour or really calm and calculating. But when he decides that he's on, it can be the scariest animal. That's Charlie. Yep, that's Charlie. Give it up for Charlie, guys. Isn't he absolutely awesome? Now, I've got nothing else for you, big fella.
On me, Charlie. Leave the boss alone. There you go, champ. Now we'll see if we can't get him down into this far end of the pond. I'm going to use Nick as bait again. Thanks, boss.
No, he's on you. Look, he's on your one side. It's not bring your kid to work day. Jimmy is actually a full-grown adult. He's actually 45. Still lives at home with mum, by the way, so only single ladies. New wins.
I know we'll be up on the big screen after the show. Jokes.
1-800-LONELY.
Alright, back to the crocodile, please. I really want to concentrate because this croc is one of the last ones that you get to feed. Nick is actually training me today, so keep your cameras rolling because if something's going to go wrong, it might be today. I don't really like saying that. Come on, mate, down here. There you go. See if we can get around to the side of him. Whoops, that's no good. Come on, big fella. Now he can sit up, straight at me there, even before he popped up. With his third set of eyelids. It's called a nictitating membrane means that he can see up through murky water. And Hamish was probably saying it earlier, they can strike out and hit this fence in one go. There we go. So with one flick of that tail, come on, big fella. He could actually hit that fence if he really wanted to. And I really don't want to get side onto him. Ooh. How was that? Did you guys see that bang sound then of his jaws? That was at 3,000 pounds per square inch jaw closing pressure. That's why we get nervous on the fence line. But take him down to his favourite part, if he wants to. Come on, Charlie. Nick, can you get back in the water, please,
It's
mate?
because you're the same size as that scrap of turf there. I think she's still standing there.
Look, mate, I am literally half your size, but I've got double the size chin as you. When you go up to Nick later in the day, shake his hand, you'll see him, he looks like a bit of an earthworm.
This is getting pretty nasty. We're such good mates. Such good mates. Alright. Now, we'll see if we can get Charlie down to this part of the Crocodile towards the tail walk. And this is actually what Charlie's famous for. Steve absolutely loved Charlie in some of the documentaries when we were trying to show people what the crocodile was really capable of. This is the animal that was utilised for that particular thing. And we're going to bring him down to the tail walk and he's going to show you another hunting technique, because you've seen him come out of the water from the edge, but these guys are notoriously intelligent and, to a certain degree, a little bit lazy. He doesn't want to expend all of that energy and haul himself out of the water if he can catch himself a bite to eat without actually having to leave it at all. So there are animals up in northern Australia, particularly flying fox colonies, that will hang out in big melaleuca trees that are overhanging the water. Crocs work this out. Now, if you're a dominant flying fox, you're all the way at the top of the tree. Now, if you are down the bottom of the pecking order, you hang on those lower branches, and you will see in a minute what this animal is capable of. Now, Charlie, even though he's the king of the tail walk, he can take a bit of time. Jimmy, he's far out. He looks so edible. So this is what he'd do in the wild. This is what he'd do in the wild. He would just expose the smallest amount of his body that he can possibly manage. So at the moment, all you can see, if this is deep, dark, murky water, are his eyes and his ears, which are little tiny black slits just behind his eyes. And then right up the front here is his nasal disc. So he can hear, see, smell, and take a breath. Now, up in northern Australia, there's logs, there's things floating down the river, and you would be flat out trying to recognise that as a crocodile head when it's deep, dark, and murky water. It's only now you can see the rest of his body that it's clear to you guys. And he waits for an animal to make a mistake and get itself too close to the water, and then, eventually, he will look up and then plant his back feet and use that tail to propel his body up and out of the water. Now, it is well worth waiting for if I do manage to get Charlie to look up. Like I said, he's the king of the tail walk and he just seems to put everything into it. And this is also where you can see his jaw pressure come into its own. Right. Absolutely awesome. Now there's that pop, that 3,500 to 4,500 pounds per square inch closing jaw pressure. Yeah, isn't he absolutely awesome? So just let that be a lesson, guys, when you're up in northern Australia, you do have to be wary of that tail walking crocodile, and we'll see if we can swing him around Jimmy's way.
No, mate, he's still on you, and you know what they say, Crocs always go for the sick, the weak, and the uneducated, so he's focused on you, pal.
Maybe I shouldn't have teased you so much at the start of the show. Getting drilled now.
There we go, he's coming over. Now, like before, we want to show you just how fast Charlie can move on hard, solid ground. Now, he's bigger than Scrapper, so he's got less of a chance of putting on a big boost of speed and really maintaining that. He's done a few good strikes. We'll see if we can't get him out one last time. Kick in the tail. There we go. Nice work, Charlie. Give it up for him. What an awesome croc. Now, he was incredibly slow then. He did come out. He's already done a few bursts of energy. They're designed for one first massive hit so they can catch whatever it is off guard. Once he's out and he's clear of the water, for those of you who heard it before, you can see why. Short little stumpy legs, big round tail and belly. That tail drags behind him like a massive handbrake. And I'm going to do myself a bit of a mischief here. I'm going to sit down in front of Charlie. He could care less. He's going to go straight back to his water where he knows he's dangerous, where he's got the upper hand. Now, we've mentioned the safety rules before, but for those of you who missed it, please stay back from the water's edge. Don't overhang the water, and whatever you do, don't swim with crocodiles in croc territory. Now, up in the Steve Irwin Wildlife Reserve, we've been doing research up there for over 20 years now, and the amount of info that we've compiled is absolutely amazing. We've found out that the girls will travel large distances to go nest, they'll migrate, that the big boys have a territory only allowing a few select crocs in. They can travel 1,500 kilometres a year.
View from Bindy's treehouse. So the rhinos are on the move.
Komodo dragon. It's a Komodo dragon.
Holy smokes.
Big fella.
Imagine him chasing you. Oh my god.
They are very quick to consume food. You might have heard them earlier guys before I came out of here. They were probably screaming, crying, complaining that they were hungry. But in fact, this is their fish food of the day. They're Percy and Daisy.
I see the other one.
So they do act like
They do the same.
They have a very unique relationship. Daisy is our dominant one. She is a little bit of a sacrifice. She is very assertive. Whereas Terri is a little bit more polite, a little bit more easygoing.
They're just
Between we have observed.
That was our day, guys. Charles got what's his name? Robert Meerkat. There's Chris there. We're all buggered. Spent all day walking. I think we've done about, I don't know, 50 or 60,000 steps between us. I'll have to check my pedometer on my phone when I get back up here, but we just picked the puppies up. So they were babysat puppies today. So yeah, that was a great day up at Australia Zoo. Long day, but yeah, we're going to do it again. So stick around for more Adventures Plus with Rusty.
Myrt.
And Charlize. Yeah, she's over there somewhere. See ya.